Welcome to the NetSuite Analytics Warehouse Training. In this session, we'll explore the core features of NSAW and demonstrate how it empowers you to harness your data effectively, enabling quicker and smarter business decisions. Let's dive into how this powerful tool can transform your data into actionable insights. Dataset creation. To begin creating the dataset, please click the link displayed on the screen. This link will take you to the location where you can download the raw data files needed for this activity. Take a moment to access the link and download all the files provided. On this slide, you'll see a preview of what these files look like inside the folder, so you can easily verify that you have the correct data before proceeding. To create a new dataset, start by clicking the Create button located at the top right corner of the screen. From the drop-down menu, select the Dataset option. This will open the dataset creation interface where you can begin building your data model. To create your dataset, you can either upload a file by dragging it here or clicking the Upload area. Alternatively, you can select from existing subject areas or connections listed below. This interface makes it easy to choose the right data source to start building your dataset quickly and efficiently. But on this tutorial, we will be using the Upload File feature. Once you press the Upload button, you will need to choose the file you want to upload. Upload the files that we have previously downloaded. You will have to repeat the steps on each file. Once all files have been uploaded, you will be able to see them in the What's New area. Data flow creation. For the creation of the data flow, we have provided various transformation instructions for basic data cleaning, as shown on the screen. To proceed with the data cleaning, click the Create button located at the top right corner of the screen, then select Data Flow from the drop-down menu. Upon clicking Data Flow, choose the dataset you want to transform. In this example, we are transforming the DIM_customer dataset. Upon clicking the dataset will be displayed in the data flow. This screen shows the data flow interface. Start by selecting your dataset, like DIM_customer, then pick the transformation you want from the menu. Here, we're adding a new column with cleaned first names, using a simple formula to standardize the data for more accurate analysis. This is the formula we use to transform the data. Feel free to copy it and apply it on your own flow. The next step is to add another column inside the first step. Name your column like last name cleaned to start defining your transformation. Here's the formula used to clean last names. It standardizes the data by handling missing values and formatting the text consistently. This is the formula we use to transform the data. Feel free to copy it and apply it on your own flow. In this step, add a new column again for data transformation. Follow the instructions listed for the transformation of the email addresses. In this step, add a new column by naming it, such as Email Cleaned, alongside the cleaned first and last name columns. This is the formula we use to transform the data. Feel free to copy it and apply it on your own flow. As shown in the image, you can see all the transformations we applied to the data within the dataset. Starting from first name cleaning, then last name cleaning, and finally email cleaning, these steps ensure the data is standardized and ready for analysis. For the next step, add a Select Columns step and remove the raw columns for first name, last name, and email. Then, keep only the cleaned columns we created earlier. For the last step, always add a Save Data step at the end of the data flow to ensure that all your transformations are saved to a dataset. In the Save Data step, you can rename your dataset, choose where to save it, and adjust the data types for each column as needed. After adding the Save Data step, always save your work and run the data flow. Only then will the dataset you created be generated or updated. For the next set of instructions, the transaction dataset will need to undergo several important transformations. These include cleaning and validating the data to ensure accuracy and consistency. Specifically, you will need to identify and remove any duplicate records in the transactions table. Additionally, transactions that do not have a valid start or end time should be dropped, as well as those where the start time is later than the end time, which indicates invalid data. To proceed with the data cleaning, click the Create button located at the top right corner of the screen, then select Data Flow from the drop-down menu. Upon clicking Data Flow, choose the dataset you want to transform. In this example, we are transforming the effect_transaction dataset. Add the step Add Columns. Put transaction ID on the Add step and name it Duplicate so you can make a duplicate of the column. This is the formula we use to transform the data. Feel free to copy it and apply it on your own flow. In this step, we add the aggregate transformation to handle duplicates in the transaction data, ensuring cleaner and more accurate results. In this step, we use the aggregate transformation to summarize the transaction data. We calculate the maximum value in the Amount column, naming it Amount Maximum, and count the number of duplicates in the Duplicates column, naming it Duplicates Count. These calculations are grouped by important transaction fields, such as transaction ID date, type, and transaction timestamps. This aggregation helps identify the highest transaction amounts and the number of duplicate records, which is essential for cleaning and analyzing the data effectively. First, add the Step Select Columns step to pick the desired columns from the dataset. Next, specifically select the column that contains the duplicate counts. Finally, remove this Duplicates Count column to clean and prepare the data for analysis. Once the Duplicates Count column is removed, your screen should display the dataset with only the selected relevant columns remaining. Add a filter step to your data flow by clicking the filter icon from the available transformations. In the filter configuration, click the gear icon to open filter options. Choose Create Expression Filter to define a custom filter condition. Give the filter a label, for example, Filter Null Time. Enter the expression to filter out rows where either start timestamp or end timestamp is null. Click Validate to check the expression syntax. If validation passes, click Apply to activate the filter. This is the formula we use to transform the data. Feel free to copy it and apply it on your own flow. Open the filter step in your data flow. Click the plus icon to open filter options. Select Create Expression Filter from the menu. In the filter configuration window, set the label to Filter Invalid Time. Enter the following expression to filter out records where the end timestamp is earlier than the start timestamp. Click Validate to check that the expression is correct. If validation is successful, click Apply to activate the filter. This is the formula we use to transform the data. Feel free to copy it and apply it on your own flow. After all of the transformations and filters have been applied, your data should be clean and well-structured, containing only the relevant columns with duplicates removed and invalid timestamps filtered out. After completing all transformations and filters, add the Save Data step to your data flow by selecting the Save Data icon from the available tools. In the Save Dataset configuration, enter a name for your clean dataset. Choose where to save the dataset, such as your dataset storage location. Review the columns and their settings to ensure they are correct. Finally, save the data flow by clicking the Disk button at the top right and run the flow clicking the play icon next to it. After running the data flow, the dataset you named should be created or updated in your storage. Workbook Creation. Click the grid icon at the top left corner to open the main menu. Select the Data tab from the menu options. In the Data page, you will see a list of datasets. Look for your saved dataset. Right-click on the dataset name and select Open from the context menu. This will open the dataset so you can view or work with the cleaned and processed data. Choose the account number column in the dataset view. In the column Properties panel below, the treat, a setting for the account number column is set to Measure, make it an attribute. The Save icon at the top right indicates that changes to the dataset definition can be saved. After saving, go back to the dataset list, right-click on the next dataset name you want to access, and select Open from the context menu. For the customer dataset, select the Customer ID column in the dataset view. In the column Properties panel, set Treat as to Attribute, not Measure. After you change the property, save the dataset. After saving, go back to the dataset list, right-click on the next dataset name you want to access, and select Open from the context menu. For the branch dataset, select the Branch ID column in the dataset view. In the column Properties panel, set Treat as to Attribute. After you change the property, save the dataset. After saving, go back to the dataset list, right-click on the next dataset name you want to access, and select Open from the context menu. For the Accounts dataset, select the account number column in the dataset view. In the column Properties panel, set Treat as to Attribute. Next, select the Customer column in the dataset view. In the column Properties panel, set Treat as to Attribute. Lastly, select the Branch ID column in the dataset view. In the column Properties panel, set Treat as to Attribute. After you change the property, save the dataset. Workbook Creation Questions. This shows the tasks we can perform for analyzing the data. These tasks include exploring unique customer counts, customer distribution by branch, average account balances, identifying top customers, categorizing customers by account type, and analyzing deposit and balance trends within specific age groups. These analysis tasks help in gaining valuable insights into our data. Click on the Create button located at the top right corner of the interface. From the drop-down menu, select Workbook. This will open the Workbook Creation interface where you can start building your analysis by adding datasets, visualizations, and reports. Upon opening the Workbook Creation interface, you will be prompted to add a dataset. At this stage, select all of the datasets that you have cleaned and prepared earlier. After adding your cleaned datasets to the workbook, the result should display all selected datasets listed and ready for use within the workbook interface. After that, click the Data tab on the top middle part of the workbook. Please follow this data mapping carefully for the joining of the datasets, as it provides a clear and logical structure that defines how each dataset relates to one another through their primary and foreign keys. This mapping ensures that the datasets are properly connected, allowing for accurate and efficient data integration and analysis. By adhering to this schema, you will be able to join the customer, account, branch, and transaction datasets in a way that preserves the integrity of the relationships between entities, facilitates complex queries, and supports comprehensive reporting. Upon clicking the Data tab, the interface should display a list of the datasets we have put in the workbook. To join the datasets with each other, hover your mouse in the middle area between the datasets. When you do this, a connecting line will appear, allowing you to draw and create a relationship between the datasets. Upon clicking the connecting line between datasets, the Blend Data tab will appear. To add a connection between the datasets, simply press Add Another Match. Use the provided data mapping to understand and define the correct relationships between the datasets by matching the appropriate key columns. Once you have set the matches according to the data mapping, click OK to finalize and create the connection. This will link the datasets properly for combined analysis. After completing the joining of the datasets, go back to the Visualize tab to start the next step. After going to the Visualize tab, you will see the interface where you can start creating your visualizations. On the left panel, you will find your datasets and a section called My Calculations. To create new calculated fields or metrics, right-click on My Calculations and select Create Calculation. Follow the formula naming and the formulas shown on the screen. Sample workbook creation. After the creation of the workbook, the dashboard should look like this: a clean, organized interface displaying key visualizations and reports based on your joined datasets. It will include charts, tables, and graphs that summarize important metrics such as customer counts, account balances, transaction volumes, and branch performance. The dashboard layout should be intuitive, allowing users to easily navigate through different insights, apply filters, and interact with the data to gain a comprehensive understanding of the bank's customer and transaction dynamics. This visual summary serves as a central hub for monitoring and analyzing critical business information effectively. NetSuite Analytics Warehouse, hands-on training.